1, 2, 3.
I have to say, I was not expecting to watch The Ring today.
No, I didn't sign up for horror movies when I signed up for Teen Wolf, but that is inevitably what I received. Also, like, any chance we can to elbow in a few hallucinations here and there. Doesn't need a real reason. There's bad energy here.
Yeah. They just want clips that they can put in their trailers so that people freak out because they think it's real.
So it's like, Theo's gonna shoot her again. And it's like,
just kidding.
He's not gonna shoot her again. That's not gonna happen.
She might shoot him.
I really hope that she
shoots him. Me too.
So let's talk about Canaan first. We spent a long ass time in Canaan.
Creepy ass Canaan.
Trying to understand what should have been evident from the start.
True!
Which is that if Stiles told you to go to this town, you get to the town and nobody's there.
I wonder what happened.
You can probably safely assume that everyone was erased. But we had to spend a long amount of time there, mostly so that Lydia could find out that banshees don't count.
Yeah.
Banshees can't get erased, won't get erased, for one reason or another.
That probably won't get explained ever.
Yeah, because we're not going to need it after this episode. It's just to raise the stakes a little bit for Lydia.
Yeah.
But obviously the show's not going to end with Lydia on her own, so that's fine. We don't need to worry about that anymore. It was just to make us upset. What I am a little confused about is when Lenore said, "You think I helped them because they brought back my dead son." First off, Ghost Riders, until now, have not had power over the dead.
True.
So the fact that they could just, bring back her son and not make it just a memory thing for her, but physically bring a body back, confuses me.
Mm-hmm.
But also, not the only dead person that's been brought back to life, because that may or may not be related to Claudia.
True. However, just to piggyback off of that statement, it also begs to question, did they bring Caleb back before they erased Canaan or after?
Right, because she was like, you think I helped them because they did this. So it's like, was her son already back and she was weird? Or did they bring her son back after they erased everyone?
Yeah.
Because we didn't see that happen.
We just saw them leave her.
I feel like it's probably not the same thing because Caleb is clearly still being plagued by the reason for his death. Sometimes he'll just turn around and he's soaked in water, and he forces other people to drown. Which, is nice for a demon child.
Good. Good on you.
But, if the Ghost Riders are responsible for bringing Caleb back, they did it because Caleb was connected to the Banshee in town, whereas with Claudia completely doesn't have any memory of the frontotemporal dementia, whereas Caleb knows he's dead. She has memories of this life she never lived, doesn't think she ever died, or she's lying about it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's not connected to Lydia in that way. Caleb was a gift to Lenore. If anything, Claudia is just a plague on Lydia.
Yeah, honestly.
So why? I don't know if that's the same thing. It would be clever if it was. I'd be happy if they were coming up with a reason. But it's only clever if it makes sense, and right now it doesn't make any sense to me.
True.
So, more on that situation as it develops. And besides a bunch of creepy carnival music, that's basically all that happens in Canaan today.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
On to a much more troubling subplot. These babies that are tearing the town apart.
Oh my God.
Trying to pretend that they've got things under control.
They're working with a Nazi. They brought back the devil himself.
I understand that they don't know that he's a Nazi. But
don't just tell him you're in everything.
To just suddenly run into someone who is clearly panicking because they're pretending they had a life traumatizing experience, and then be like, yes, we'll just tell you everything we're trying to accomplish and bring you in on the plan.
No!
You didn't do that with any of the other teenagers. Well, they did try and do it. They did try and tell everyone.
But that's the thing. Okay, so, like, in the past seasons, we were all like, tell the parents, fill them in, whatever. But that's one thing, because, like, they're the parents.
Parents
and
are
they're
related
involved.
to you. Don't just start telling random adults in town.
Or teenagers. Like, they don't need to know. Why are you telling them? First of all, nobody's going to believe you. Second of all, the ones that do believe you are going to be freaked out and panicked. Third of all,
or if they believe you and they don't, they have ulterior motives.
Yeah, exactly.
What have you guys not learned about people who just come to town randomly?
Honestly,
and you don't find them suspect?
Especially new teachers. What have we learned about new teachers?
Did you not learn from Miss Blake? I know you weren't in the school, but like, we should have told you these stories. If someone just randomly shows up, yeah, it's probably because they're part of the supernatural. They need to be investigated.
And they're
also,
usually not good.
I can't believe that nobody can smell it on this guy. You're supposed to be able to sense other werewolves. All of the lore from all of the previous seasons just went, foop! That's not convenient.
To be fair, if he's this, like, superhuman werewolf Nazi, he can probably hide his scent, which is what I'm chalking this up to so that I'm not too angry.
But that aside, Theo's back, so I'm not complaining about anything.
Theo's back. I am happy to have him back. He seems to have not turned over a new leaf. So when he first gets brought back, he, like, attacks Liam and is like, where's my sister? And I don't know if that's him being, like, protective, like, I want to see my sister, or if that's him being like, my sister pulled me to hell and I want to kill her.
I assumed that it was like, where is she? I don't want to be near her. Because if in a perfect world, Theo got dragged to hell and his sister's been torturing him for the past however long the show's been between. And as much as I would like to be like, he's went through so much in hell.
He deserved it.
A, he deserved it. B, like, we cannot say that it will reform him at all. Because he is already bargaining to not out the Nazi if it means he gets to kill Scott.
Honestly,
like,
what
really,
the hell?
Really?
What the hell?
Alt-right Theo, shut your mouth, because the first thing you should have said as a bargaining chip was, there are things that I know that you don't. Like, you're standing next to a Nazi werewolf.
Honestly.
Clean.
Like,
you're good. That was the whole bargaining chip, and instead you were like, maybe I'll tell you
later.
And then he was like, send him to hell. And Theo was like, no,
I won't tell him.
How about, like, no, the moment he's like, I'm not playing this game, send him to hell, he's like, really, you're a Nazi. Like, literally, that's all you, God, Theo.
And it's not even like, oh, well, maybe he just meant, like, the Dread Doctors and the Wild Hunt or whatever, because he, like, had the little look at the Nazi, and then you saw the flashes of the Nazi, so you know Theo definitely knows.
That's what everyone was thinking about. And, like, that guy was pretty rotted, so I don't know if Theo just recognizes a scent, in which case it's really dumb that Liam and Hayden don't. True. But, like, dude is unrecognizable. He did not look, listen, he's a Nazi, but he did not look that handsome in the tube where he was decaying and disgusting. So, like, he's not recognizing him by sight.
Yeah, I don't know. Theo, you're so garbage. I love you, but you're such trash.
Next week needs to be a week of ass kicking because Theo's gonna be there and I need them to kick his ass. Peter's coming back on the show and I need someone to kick his ass. Mm-hmm. And now we have someone on the show that has acknowledged that Mr. Douglas is a Nazi, so I'm gonna need someone to kick his ass.
Yep.
Also, I'ma have my two trash faves in the same episode. They're not gonna see each other, but Peter's gonna be in an episode and Theo's gonna be in an episode, so it's gonna be the same episode, and you might witness me die next week. Literally, for all of you people who are like, stop talking during the episode, I'm not gonna shut up for one goddamn second next week. I'm gonna have closed captioning on and speak through the whole thing. It's gonna be 40 solid minutes of YouTube video of Brittany screaming. So that's about it for today, and we will see you all next Teen Wolf Tuesday for an episode in which I will surely die.
And I might be wearing another
panda article of panda clothing.
Yeah.
Oh
no.
Oh no! Oh no! He's not gonna say anything!
No, he's gonna...
Oh no! Oh no!